Greetings and welcome. My name is Jake Rayson. I am a wildlife food forest garden designer, and sorry for the hat. I have been meaning to go out. I've got a trug full of Jerusalem artichoke that I've been meaning to bring indoors, which I haven't. So that's next on the list. But now I wanted to talk about books and the walled garden. The walled garden project is brilliant. It's an absolute. It's just so interesting. It is absolutely fascinating, and I'm loving every minute of it. I've put together a checklist for the client to do the site survey, and that's really interesting. And I'm just fascinated by the history of the walled garden. I don't know much about walled gardens, coming from a forest gardening background. So I've invested already before I've even been paid. I've invested in a load of books. So this apparently Jules Hudson, she's a expert walled garden historian. This is National Trust book. This is very glossy, very nice, very glossy, very nice. Quite a big book, and the idea is to find out why they were built and how they were built, so that I can just get an insight into the structure of it. Now I don't know. I haven't got the photograph here. The site is pretty much like a 2-acre field, but what I am interested in doing is to recreate. Let's see if I can zoom in. I don't know if you can see that, but that's like the old. That's the old map from the 18th century. And it shows the paths, and I just really want to find out what the structure is and then reuse the paths if possible, because they might have an impact on what you can plant there, because there'll be lower fertility and not so good drainage, and it makes sense to use existing infrastructure where you can, and also in terms of the historical importance of the garden. I think it's really important to acknowledge that, and it's an historical site, so just to kind of go in and totally ignore what's there, I don't think it's the right thing to do at all. I think it'll be fascinating to incorporate a design in there, so you can have naturalistic, edible wildflower planting, but within that structure, and that could work really well. So that the shapes you're using and the plants that you're using will be far looser, but within the confines of quite a strict rectilinear network framework. So really kind of excited about that and finding out more. I've been in touch with the garden historian, Marion Mako. I don't know how you pronounce her name, but she comes recommended, and she's a very good, but apparently out of my price range. But we'll find out. She hasn't replied to the email yet, but I'm just fascinated to find out, just to see what's there. Now, some other news is that the actual the site, the building, it's a listed building. I don't know how that applies in Scotland. It will be absolutely amazing. I mean, the good thing is that there will probably be funding to do restoration, that you'll be able to apply for a grant to do the restoration. What I do want to do as well is to look at using, there's Martin Crawford's created a forest garden greenhouse, which is it's using a thing called a climate battery, and it is a set of pipes that go into the ground, a solar powered operated fan, and it circulates the air. So in the daytime, the hot air goes into the ground, warms the ground up, and then comes back out, and then that cools the air down, heats the ground up. In the night time, when the temperatures drop, the reverse happens. So you're kind of storing the heat in the ground, and then it happens in reverse. And that would be absolutely fascinating to do. And I think the other side of it, as well as from the historical point of view, is the amount of people involved in maintaining the gardens. Queen Victoria. I've already started reading. I haven't really got time to read them during the day, but I have been, rather than digging up Jerusalem artichoke. Queen Victoria had it is absolutely bonkers. It was something like 31 acre walled garden up in Scotland, and 150 staff to look after it. So what we've got here is a 2-acre garden, and I'm guessing there's going to be a couple of people looking after it. So yeah, it's very, very different criteria, very, very different maintenance for such a setup. The other book I have is Walled Kitchen Gardens by Suzanne Campbell, and this is quite. It's funny. It actually looks really interesting. Lots of photographs and illustrations, and it's a little kind of booklety, pamphletty type thing, but looks really good. I'm really excited about that one. And then the final one is the Country House Kitchen Garden 1600-1950, edited by C. Ann Wilson. So that's a lot of text in there, not many pictures. I like pictures. Oh, there's a couple of pictures, but that looks good as well. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing tonight, is ploughing through those. There we go, and yeah, there we have it. So do subscribe, and yep, catch up with you soon. Cheers then. Bye.